Okay, so welcome to today's lesson, which is lesson number 4. This is the last lesson of this term. We'll have more lessons next term. So for anyone who didn't hear me, my name is Miss Thea. That is Thea. And with that said, that's my introduction. Now let me introduce who we are. So we, as in the place where I work, we are Math Accelerator Center. We're a Math Specialist Center, and we help students with borderline grades turn around their results in a short period of time. You can see our address down here. It is in a building called Marine Parade Central. Sorry, not building. It's the address at Marine Parade Central. The building is called Parkway Center. We're on floor 1203. So what do? Well, we help students who are struggling with problem sums. We improve the understanding and confidence in tackling problem sums by demonstrating how you can solve the problem systematically. In other words, we teach you how to use heuristic strategies. This is important because even though your weighted assessment for this term is over, you're going to have a year-end exam. And for P4s, you're going to have to worry about your banding as well, your subject-based banding. So here is today's lesson outline. We'll be doing 2 strategies. First one is more than, less than. Second one is grouping. And then we have some trending problem sums, which are our difficult problem sums. Yeah. So here are our Zoom ground rules. First, I'm new to all of you. If you need to talk to me, please write to me in chat. Also, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. If you want to, whenever I ask questions, please answer them. Yeah. Do not spam the chat. Please be considerate. I can only read so many of you at once. Finally, listen attentively, write down the solutions, have fun, and hope you learn something. Before I move on to today's lesson, yes, I see those of you in chat asking me. For those of you who are not here last week we had something called a bonus quiz. And we said that there were going to be prizes for 8 people. Unfortunately, I can only give you the names of the winners at the end of today's lesson. But if you stick around, you will see it. As for Hyo Xuan, I think, yes, there is a playback recording. I will send the link to you later. Actually, you should have it yourself because I think our admin has sent it to you. So no worries about that, yeah? You can access the link from your email, which our admin has sent. All right, now let's move on to today's actual lesson. 2 strategies, more than, less than, and then grouping. We also have trending problem sum. So let's look at more than, less than first. More than, less than has 4 steps. First, we identify the keywords in the question. Then we construct the comparison model. Then we find the value of the smallest unit and then solve for the answers. What does all this mean? Well, let's look at an example question and I'll show you. That's question 1 on page 2. More than, less than, question 1. Sorry. So Madam City paid $4 Yes, good job, Marine. Madam City paid $4.40 for 2 blueberry tarts and 3 strawberry tarts. Each blueberry tart costs 20 cents more than a strawberry tart. So let's focus on our keywords first. First thing to know, Madam City paid $4.40 for 2 blueberry and 3 strawberry. We also know that each blueberry costs 20 cents more than each strawberry tart. So first, let's draw a comparison model. Let's compare our blueberry tarts and our strawberry tarts. So I'm going to draw the blueberry tarts up here, and I'm going to draw the strawberry tarts down here. So each blueberry tart costs 20 cents more than each strawberry tart. So if one strawberry tart is just like this, 1 unit, then the blueberry tart should be 1 unit plus oops, that's too big. 1 unit plus an extra 20 cents, right? So I'll put this here. It's a small box, but in here, you know that this means 20 cents. 20 cents, right? So now we've drawn our comparison model. Next step. Madam City paid $4.40 for 2 blueberry tarts and 3 strawberry tarts. So let's draw 2 blueberries. Here we have 1 already, so let's draw a second one. And then 3 strawberry tarts. And we know that all of this is $4.40. Now we can make an equation. You see, If each one of this is 1 unit, you have how many units? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 units. And you also have 2 little bits of 20 cents, right? So 20 cents times 2, 40 cents. 5 units plus 40 cents equals to $4.40. From here, we can work out the value of 1 unit, right? But first, can anyone tell me what 5 units is equal to? If 5 units plus 40 cents is equal to 440, 5 units must equal to? Yes, very good, Anira. Anyone else? Yes, Adrian. Very good. 440 minus 40 cents. Not quite, Manaja, not quite. But you're close. Yeah? So 5 units is $4. If you want to find 1 unit, you must take this $4 divided by 5, right? So how do you do that? I know some of you might not be familiar with decimal division, so I'll do it with you here. Yeah, Melody, that's the correct answer. Good job. 4 divided by 5. 4 cannot divide by 5, so 0. Now what? What next is you put a decimal. You can add, yes, Junhao, very good. You can add as many zeros as you want behind, and that's fine. I'm sorry, Navia, but I do have to keep pace so that everyone can finish the lesson, yeah? If you want me to be slower, you can always come for some trial lessons where we can slow down the pace for individual people. Yep, Alessandra, good job. So you add a 0 behind, put a dot up here. This becomes 40. 40 divided by 5 is just 8. Cannot hear? Okay, so if you can't hear me, you might want to turn up the volume, or you might want to plug in headphones or earphones if you're not currently wearing them, yeah? Okay, so yes, thank you everyone. This is 0.8. Of course, what is the 0.8? It means 80 cents, right? Money must always be to 2 decimal places if it's not a whole number. So 1 unit is 80 cents. The question asks, what is the cost of a strawberry tart? 1 unit. So the cost of a strawberry tart is just 1 unit, which is 80 cents. I'm sorry, Kylie. Yeah, if you can't hear me, you might want to turn up the volume on your computer, or you might want to plug in headphones if you're not currently wearing them. Yeah. Anyway, this is the final answer for this question. Oops, it's a bit small, isn't it? Yeah, but this is the final answer for this question. This is 80 cents. So this is how you do a more than less than. Yes, very good, Marine. That's good, correct answer. This is how you do a more than less than question. If anyone is trying this on your own, do tell me what answer you get if it's different from mine, yeah? But if it's the same, you can tell me that as well. Yes, Karen, of course. Feel free to copy. Yeah, that's why I'm still talking right now. I'm still talking because I'm just leaving up this up here, and I'm giving you all a chance to copy this down before we move on to the next question. Thanks, Tanya and Tessa. I'm sorry, Yankai. Yeah, Yankai. I will tell you at the end of lesson. Yeah. Yes, Junhao. Very good. That's the correct answer for question 2. Anyway, so yes, why is this called a more than less than question? Because you'll see something like cost 20% more. You might also see things like cost 50% less. That's why it's called a more than less than question. Because more than less than always compares 2 different things with each other. Yeah. Okay. So in the interest of time, I think I have to move on now to question 2. Okay. Question 2. Don't worry if you haven't finished copying yet. Later, you can tell me at the end of lesson if you need me to go back to any questions, and then I will. Yes, this is decimal case. Yeah, so if you need me to come back to any questions at the end of lesson, you can just tell me at the end of lesson, and then I'll have a few minutes. I'll stay behind, and I will catch up. Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to question 2. Kylie, if you still can't hear me, you might want to check to make sure that you're not deafened or that your volume is on, that you can hear things. Yeah. And of course, if your volume is not on, turn it on. If your volume is a bit low, you might want to turn it up. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry, Kylie. I'm not sure why it doesn't work. I use your phone. Okay, maybe try unplugging and plug it in again. Yeah, I'm not sure why, but I don't really have time to troubleshoot right now. I'm really sorry. So yes, Manaja, very good. That's the correct answer. So now let's look at question 2. Betty paid $14.90 for 3 cups of apple juice and 4 cups of lime juice. Each cup of apple juice costs 30 cents more than a cup of lime juice. So if I were to draw the model, lime juice costs less, right? So I'll give this 1 unit. Apple juice costs more, so I'll give this 1 unit. And then an extra, how much more? 30 cents, right? So I'll put this extra bit here. This is your 30 cents, this part. So when you do more than less than questions, when you draw your two compared your different quantities, your smaller one is always your 1 unit. Then your bigger one is 1 unit plus whatever. Yeah. Anyway, now that we've drawn our first comparison, we look at the first line. Betty paid $14.90 for 3 cups of apple juice and 4 cups of lime juice. Here we have 1 apple juice. We need 3. So let's draw another 2 apple juices. Like that, and then like that. Yeah. We need 4 lime juice. So let's draw 4 lime juices. Not quite, Melody. If you're referring to question 2, no, that's not the right answer. No. Yeah. Okay, so all of this is how much? $14.90, right? So now there's 3 30 cents here, which is in total 90 cents. Can anyone tell me how many units there are? Yes, very good, Anira. Yep, Karen. Yep, Adrian, very good. There are 7 units, right? So that means these 7 units plus this 90 cents, because 3 30 cents, this is equal to $14.90. So if we want to find 7 units, we just take $14 minus 19 cents, right? 90 cents, sorry. Yes, Melody, good job. $14 minus 90 cents. Sorry, $14.90 minus 90 cents, right? That is $14. 7 units, $14. Can anyone tell me how much 1 unit is? Yep, Adrian, very good. Yep, Karen. Yep, Anira. Yes. 14 divided by 7, right? When you work this out, you get $2. So 1 unit is $2. Yeah. Not quite, Manaja. You're slightly off. But yes, so 1 unit is $2. Question asks, what is the cost of a cup of lime juice? Lime juice is just 1 unit, right? So your answer is the same as 1 unit, just $2. Money is always to 2 decimal places. But if it's a whole number, you can leave it as a whole number. Yes, Junhao, very good. Yeah. So this is the answer for question 2. Same as what we did earlier, just with different numbers, different number of models. Okay. So I'll leave this here for anyone who wants to copy. If you're done, you can just tell me done, yeah? And then I can move on once I think everyone is done. Of course, if you're not done and I move on, not to worry. Yes, Karen, you can go and wash your hands, although you might miss a little bit of stuff, yeah? Okay, thanks everyone. Where's the 2 arrow? The 2 arrow? The 2 arrows. Sorry, I'm not sure what you mean, Kiesa. Where is the 2 arrow? Below the, oh, right, sorry. This thing, right? Yeah, okay, yes. Yeah. So this means that these 2 lines here mean that this is your final answer. You don't actually have to do this. I already wrote answer here. So, the teacher knows that this is your answer. But I do this sometimes just out of habit because, yes, Manaja, very good. Because we do this a lot when we get older. All right, so that is question 2. Now I'll move on to question 3. And clear. Okay, question 3. If you put, yes, don't worry. You can put the 2 decimal places if you want, but you can also put the whole number. Both of that is fine. So Mr. Tan paid $16.20 for 4 curry puffs and 6 muffins. Each muffin costs 30 cents less than a curry puff. Just now we were saying more, now we are saying less. Doesn't matter, right? Whichever one it is, whether it says more or says less, you must always make your smaller one 1 unit. So let's look at curry puff and down here for the muffin. The muffin costs less, so your muffin will be 1 unit. Curry puff costs more, so it will be, yes, Carrie, very good. Curry puff costs more, so this is 30 cents more. 30 cents. Now, Mr. Tai paid $16.20 for 4 curry puffs and 6 muffins. So let me draw 4 curry puffs here. There's 30 cents here, there's 30 cents here, and there's 30 cents here. Then 6 muffins. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this in total, this costs, $16.20. So now we have our equation. How many units do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 units, yeah? 10 units. We also have 4 30 cents. Can anyone tell me what 4 30 cents put together gives me? Yep, Anira, very good. Yes, Adrian, good job. Yes, Melody, very good. Yep. Yes, very good. 4 30 cents add together is just $1.20. Yeah. So 10 units plus $1.20 is equal to $16.20. Question 3 is one. This question, 150? No, it isn't. Yeah. But yes, everyone is saying $1.20. This is very good. So if 10 units plus $1.20 is $16.20, 10 units is just $16.20 minus $1.20, which is $15. So 10 units is $15. 1 unit is just $15 divided by 10, right? What's 15 divided by 10? 15 minus 10, 5. So this is 1 here. Now you put a decimal point, bring it down, 50. Minus 50, 0. 1.5. Yes, very good. You only need to put the dollar sign in your final answer. That's what generally teachers ask for. Yeah. In your final answer, then you put the unit. However, some teachers might be a little bit more fussy, in which case then they might ask you to put it throughout the question. In that case, you need to put it throughout the question. Right now, I'm only putting it at the end of the question because save time, right? So yes. I have not learned decimal division. Okay, no worries, Kiasa. That's fine. If you haven't learned decimal division, you can just have a look at what I'm doing and know that you'll learn it later, yeah? If you want to divide a number and you have a remainder, you can just add a decimal point and then a 0. And then if your still doesn't work, you can add another 0 and another and another. You can add zeros forever because it doesn't matter how many zeros you add after the decimal point. It's still the same number, yeah? So 15 divided by 10 is 1.5. Of course, since this is $15, we should write to 2 decimal places because mine is 2 decimal places, right? So 1 unit is $1.50. The question asks, what was the total cost of a curry puff and a muffin? A curry puff, A muffin. So 1 of each. 1 muffin is 1 unit. Curry puff is 1 unit plus 30 cents. So the total is, that's for 1 curry puff, Karen, correct. So the total is just 150 for the muffin plus 150 plus 30 cents for the curry puff. So this one is the muffin. These two is the curry puff. If you add this all together, 150 plus 150 is $3 plus 30 cents, $3.30. So this is your final answer for question 3. $3.30. Yeah. So what I call this method is more than, less than. You might also hear some people calling it the stacking model method, because as you can see, we're drawing big stacks of models. So whichever one is called by, don't be too worried. So long as you know how to do these kinds of questions, that's good enough for the exam. Yeah. Right. So I'll let you all copy for a little bit, and then we'll move on to the next strategy, which is on grouping. Thank you, Tanya, Tessa. Thank you, Karen. Okay. So I think I'll move on now. Don't worry too much if, again, you haven't finished, because if you need to, you can ask me again after class and I'll show you again. All right? And I'm going to clear now. Okay, it's gone. All right, so let's move on to our second strategy. This is grouping. Before we start here, let's have a look at what the front page says for the strategy, grouping. Step 1, identify the items in a group. You might also call this a set. So this strategy may also be known as sets, or the set strategy, yeah, S-E-T-S. So identify the items in a group or a set. Then identify the total. After that, you find the number of sets or the number of groups, and then you solve for the answer. Let's see an example of how this works. Question 1, page 4. Carrie bought some identical notebooks and files from the bookshop. He bought twice as many notebooks as files, and he paid a total of $18. So the first thing we need to underline or highlight are your keywords. Carrie bought twice as, yes, yes, I don't need to ask you to drink water, it's fine. Yeah. So Carrie bought twice as many notebooks as files. This is important for us to know. And then he paid a total of $18 for the items. So first step to find one group or one set, you must ask, what is the least or the smallest number of items that you can buy? If Carrie bought twice as many notebooks as files, that means if he bought one file, he must buy 2 notebooks, right? This is the smallest number of items you can buy. 1 file, 2 notebooks. So this is one group. One group is the smallest number of items. Imagine that you have like a number of plastic bags, and each bag you put 1 file and 2 notebooks. This is what a set means. Then your total, how much you buy overall, is just you take a whole bunch of plastic bags and bring them along. No, Karen, not quite. But yes, so this is one group. So we know here that one notebook is $1.50. One file is $3. So this is one group. Then what is the cost of one group? One file is $3. One notebook is $1.50. So the cost is $3 plus $1.50 plus $1.50. Can anyone tell me what this equals to? Yeah, Marine. Good. Yeah, Manaja. Yes, Igan. Yes, Melody. Yes, Adrian. Very good. This is $6, right? So now we know that one group costs $6. We also know that Carrie paid how much in total? $18. So one group is $6, total is $18. Can anyone tell me how to find the number of groups? Yes, Manaja, that's the correct answer. Yes, Sally, very good. Yes, Melody. Your total is $18. Each set is $6. To find how many sets, you just do 18 divided by 6. Yes, Karen, very good. This is 3. So Carrie has 3 sets in total. Now the question asks, how many files did he buy? One set has how many files? Or one set or one group, sorry. Yeah, it's interchangeable. Yeah. Yeah, Melody. One set is 1 file. 2 notebooks, 1 file. So one set, 1 file. Number of files is just number of groups, 3 times number of files in one group. 1. 3 times 1 is just 3. Yeah, very good. So your answer is 3 files. Always make sure you know what they're asking you to find. If they ask you to find notebooks, instead of doing 3 times 1, you will do 3 times 2 because there are 2 notebooks in one group. But because you ask for files, you just times by 1 because there's only 1 file in one group. Yeah. So always be careful to make sure you know what the question wants you to find. So this is question 1, the first question in grouping. Yeah. So I'll give you all time to copy this down now. After you're all done, we can move on to question 2, which is another grouping question. Question 2 answer is $5. No, Junhao. Unless you're asking for some other question too. No, I think it's this one, right? Yeah, if you're talking about this question too, answer is not $5. Also, it's not dollars. The question asks for not dollars, but adults. Thank you, Tanya and Tessa. You haven't learned decimal yet. Okay, no worries. Yeah, that's fine if you haven't learned decimal yet. Just take note of the method then. What method I'm using to solve the question. It's okay if you don't quite understand the numbers, but so long as you know the method, that's good. Yeah. All right. So that's question 1. I think I'm going to move on now. If you need me to come back later, just tell me at the end of class. Answer is yes, Manaja, very good. Okay, let's move on to question 2. Some adults and children went to a school concert. There were 3 times as many children as adults. And the total amount collected from the tickets was $24. So let's make our group. If there are 3 times as many children as adults, then you must have 3 children, which I use C to represent. Yes, Melody, very good. And then 1 adult. This is your smallest number of people you can have, right? I skipped question 1. I just did question 1, Karen. So this is one group or one set, whichever you like to call it. So if this is one group, what is the cost of one group? One child or one children ticket is $1.20, right? So we do have 3 $1.20. No worries, Maple. I'll come back to it after the lesson today is over. Yeah. Just remind me at the end of class. Okay. So this is 3 $1.20s. Then we have 1 adult. Adult is $2.40 or 2.40. Can anyone tell me what you get if you add this all up? Yes, Anita. Yes, Halid. Yes, good job. No, not quite. Shirti and Adrian. Make sure you check carefully, right? $2. Yes, again. $2 plus 120 plus 120 plus 120. This gives us $6 in total. Sorry, not $2, $2.40. This gives us $6 in total. So one group costs $6. One group costs $6. Our total is $24. To find number of groups, what should we do? Not quite enough. There's $24 in total, and there is $6 in one group. So to find the number of groups, you should do 24 divided by 6. Yeah, very good, Isabel. Very good, Karen. So this is 4. So there are 4 groups. The question asks how many adults went to the charity concert. How many adults are there in one group? Just 1. So to find the number of adults, we take the number of groups or the number of sets times by the number of adults in one group, which is just 4. So your answer is 4 adults. Yeah, thank you, Salim. Thank you, Nafang. So your answer here is 4 adults. Everyone needs a copy, you can copy down. In the meantime, I will just talk about general facts about grouping. So as I said earlier, the strategy, you must first find one group. Then you compare the total and then you divide. That's how you find the number of groups. Once you have the number of groups, you can easily find the parts of the group. If you want to find adults, just times 1. If you want to find children, just times 3. Yeah. Okay, so that's question 2. I'll give you a little bit of time and then we will move on to question 3. Not quite yet, Kesa. Thank you, Tanya and Manaja. No, $10. Question 3 asks you for the number of apple pies, so there should not be $10, right? It should be the number of apple pies, so no dollar sign. Yes, Melody, very good. Yes, Malik, thank you for the. I will. Don't worry, I'll recap that at the end of the lesson when I reveal who got it. Yeah. What time we end? We should end around 9 o'clock. I might go over a little bit, but I shouldn't. I would definitely try not to. In any case, I'll also stay behind after we end class for people who want to ask me questions. Yeah. All right, so that is question 2. Now let's move on to question 3. 3, 2, 1, and clear. Okay, let's have a look at question 3. Mrs. Lim baked some chicken pies and apple pies to sell at a charity fair. She baked 4 times as many chicken pies as apple pies. She sold all her pies and collected $30. So let's first find our one group. Can anyone tell me how many chicken pies there are in this one group? Oh, sorry, this is not plus, it should be equals. Yes, Richard. Can anyone tell me how many? How many chicken pies? Not cost, how many chicken pies? Yeah, thank you, Uma. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Amanda. Yes, there are 4 chicken pies, right? Because she baked 4 times as many chicken pies as apple pies. That means if your apple pie is 1, your chicken pie is 4. Yeah. So this is one group. How much is this? 1 chicken pie is 50 cents, right? So 50 cents plus 50 cents plus 50 cents plus 50 cents. Or for those of you who are more advanced, you can just do 50 cents times 4. Then 1 apple pie is $1. If you add this up, you get $3. So one group costs $3. Mrs. Lim sold all her pies and collected $30. So the total is $30. Now, if $30 is your total and one group costs $3, can anyone tell me how to find my number of groups? Yes, Marine, thank you. Yes, Junhao. Yeah, thank you, everyone. Not 4, Kiesa. Check. Yes, Karen, 3. You take this $30 divided by 3. One moment. Now, I'll just leave the signs for later. This is 10. So the number of groups is 10 groups. Hold on a second. Yes, sorry, the answer is $10. Not $10. The answer is 10 apple pies. Someone just now said 10 to me and I said I was wrong, right? Yeah, sorry about that. My answer key for this one is wrong. The answer is 10. Why? Because you have 10 groups. The question asks for number of apple pies. There's one in each group, right? So your number of apple pies is just, it's just 10 times 1. Because one apple pie in one group, and you have 10 groups. So this is 10. Your answer is 10 apple pies. Yeah. So for those of you who saw your mistake earlier, that is very good. But for those of you who haven't yet, remember our answer is in apple pies. Some of you gave me $10. 10 is the correct answer, but it's not the unit we want. Our unit is not dollars, it's apple pies. Yeah. So everyone who got 10, which is a lot of you, good job. That's the correct answer, right? There are 10 apple pies. If you wanted to find chicken pies, you need to do 10 times 4 instead of 10 times 1. Because there are 4 chicken pies in one group. But because there's only one apple pie in one group, you only need to times by 1 to find apple pie. Yeah. Okay, good job, everyone. I'll give you a bit of time to copy this down, and then we'll move on to our trending problem sums, which are just basically our challenging problem sums. Thank you, Tanya and Tessa. You have, okay. I mean, that makes sense. This next question was from a past year paper. So it makes sense that you would have done it before in a practice paper. So very good if you know how to do it. But some people might not know how to do it. So I will be going through the question anyway. How long is one question? As in terms of time? If you're doing it, a good rule of thumb, which is if you're just guessing, not just guessing, but if you're just doing it, you don't really know how complicated one question is. Yes, Manata, that's correct. Then a good benchmark is 1 minute per mark. That's your final, what you want, your speed that you want to have in the exam. Yes, Karen, thank you. If you can't do that yet, 2 minutes per mark is a good starting point to get there. Yes, 2 more questions. Yes. All right. So this is question 3. Now let's move on to question 1 on page 6 of our trending problem sums. Again, don't worry if you haven't quite finished this yet. You can stay back after class and I will come back with it later. Yeah. Marine, part B is, no, that's not the correct answer for part B. All right. Let's go to question 1, page 6. And clear. All right. Question 1. Roy had a rope 82.5 cm long. He tied balloons on the rope. Part of the balloons were shown below. So this diagram here, this is only part of the balloons. There's actually more. Now, each of these balloons was 7 cm apart from one another. So this is 7 cm. Part A asks, what is the length of string between the first and the 5th balloon? So here, this already given us the first and the 5th balloon. One gap here is 7 cm. Can anyone tell me how many? Yes, Melody. Yes, Junhao. Very good. Can anyone tell me how many gaps there are between these 5 balloons? As in gaps between balloons. Yes, Melody. Thank you. Yeah, Junhao. Yes, Karen. Yes, everyone. Thank you. Yep, the responses are coming in really fast. There are 4 gaps, right? There's this one here, then another one, another one, another one. Each of these gaps is 7 cm. So if then each gap is 7 cm, then yep, Malik, very good. Yep, Adrienne. To find the total length of this is just 7 times 4, or 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7. 7 times 4, as a lot of you have already told me, yes, thank you, Kiesa, is 28. So answer for part A is 28 cm. Yeah. Yes, Jin Heng, very good. So this is our part A answer. For part B, what was the most number of balloons Roy could tie on the rope? So before we look at balloons, let's look at gaps. Because we know each gap is 7 cm, right? If each gap is 7 cm, the rope is 82.5 cm long. So how many 7 cm gaps can you fit in 82.5 cm? What should we do? Should we divide times plus or minus? Salim, that means this question comes from the ACS paper in 2018. Yes, KSR, very good. Yes, Mary, thank you. Anyone else want to guess? Okay. So in order to find how many 7 cm gaps there are in 82.5, we do, yes, very good. 82.5 divided by 7. Yes, very good. Thank you. So what is 82.5 divided by 7? For those of you who are not familiar with decimal division, it's okay. You don't have to worry about not knowing this. But for those of you who are, you should know how to do this, yeah? 7, so 8, there's 1 here. Then you have 12. 12, again, just 7. Then you have 5 left. Yep, thank you, Mary. So 5 left, and then this would be, sorry, 1, right? Then this point minus, what is the highest number I can make here? 49. This is 6. So my minus 5 is 6. Okay, so we have 11.7, and then the remainder 6. But that's not actually what's important here. What does it mean when we say you have 11.7 and remainder 6? Some of you might have stopped at the whole number. That's also fine. If you stopped at the whole number, you would have 11 remainder, you have 11 remainder 5. It's okay if you stop the whole number. Sorry, this is not remainder 6, this is remainder 0.6 because it's after a decimal point. So you might have done this either way, but what does this mean? This is the number of gaps, right? It's the number of gaps. But, oh, I'm sorry, Shane Heng. If you can't hear me, okay, let me try to turn this a little bit. If you can't hear me, of course, you can try turning up your volume, or you can plug in headphones if you don't have them, yeah? So no matter which of these you come to, actually, this is not properly expressed. If you're going to have a remainder, you should not do any decimals, yeah? If you're going to have a remainder, you should just keep going until you get rid of it, or you just leave it as a whole number. Anyway, whichever one of these two answers you get to, what does this mean? 82.5 divided by 7, we were trying to find the number of gaps, right? What's 11.7 gaps? You can't have 0.7 of a gap. You can only have one gap. So either way, whichever of these you come to the conclusion of, or whichever of these you end up with, your conclusion is that there are 11 gaps. You can't have 0.7 of a gap. You can only have 11 gaps. It's like saying you can't have 0.7 of a balloon. You can't, right? 0.7 of a balloon, what the heck is that? You have to have a whole number of balloons. Same here, we have a whole number of gaps. So after a whole number of gaps, what is this other thing here? This 5. This 5, oh, sorry, not 5, it's 5.5. So what is this 5.5 here? This 5.5 is just how much more space there is after the last balloon. So there's another 5.5 cm. Before that was 7 cm, and then there's a balloon, and now you only have 5.5 cm left. This 5.5 cm you cannot do anything with. It's not a full gap. And there's no balloon at the end of it because there must be 7 cm gap between balloons. So this 5.5 cm we can just ignore. That's why we ignore this 5.5 cm. We just say that there are 11 gaps. So there are 11 gaps. Can anyone tell me how many balloons there are? Oh, you did? Okay, in that case, very good, Adrian, if you did that question before, yeah? No, Sally, not quite. Yeah, Melody, very good. Yeah, thank you. So let's see. Here we have one balloon, right? Let's say I erase everything else. We have one balloon and then one gap and another balloon. So here we have one gap and 2 balloons. If I erase all of this and I give us 3 balloons instead, 2 gaps is 3 balloons. If I do this again, 4 balloons, 3 gaps. Do you see the pattern here? The number of balloons is just the gap plus 1. So if there are 11 gaps, your number of balloons is just number of gaps plus 1. Yes, Salim, very good. 12 balloons. So this is our final answer. There are 12 balloons, or 12 is the most number of balloons that Roy could tie on the rope. If there was another 7 cm at the end, he could tie one more, but there is not. So because there's not enough space, he cannot tie another balloon. So this one is the last balloon. This is the 12th balloon. Yeah. Very good. So that's our answer for question 1, part A and part B. So to recap again on decimal division, if you're dividing into the decimals, you should always make sure you don't end up with a remainder. If you end up with a remainder, just stop what you're doing. Reverse it until you only did the whole numbers. Two is the last whole number. So after 12 minus 7, you get 5.5. And then just stop here. Then your answer will be 11, remainder 5.5. So if you want to have a remainder, make sure you stop at the whole number. If you want to have a decimal, then keep going until there is no more remainder. Okay? Right, so that is question 1. I'll give you a little bit more time to take this down, and then we'll move on to question 2. Not quite, Marine. This for question 2, right? No, it's no, that's not correct. Thank you, Tanya and Tessa. All right. So now let's move on to question 2. And clear. This is the last class for this term. We'll have more classes next term. All right. So question 2. Andy had $2 more than Sammy. After Andy spent $6.50, Sammy had 3 times as much money as Andy. So for this question, it's easier to work backwards. So we're going to use the working backwards strategy. For last week's session, if you need the link for last week's session, you should be able to ask our admin for the link. Or I should already be with you in the email, actually. I think they sent it to you for the recording for last week. So yeah, you can just go check that and it should be enough. Yeah. All right. So after Andy spent $6.50, Sammy had 3 times as much money as Andy. So let me make a model with Sammy and Andy. If Andy has 1 unit, how many? Yes, Manaja, very good. But don't forget two decimal places for money, right? Okay. When is the next term? Well, next term starts after the school holidays, right? So you should know when that is. I don't specifically know when our lessons start, but you can, well, you'll probably get an email. Yeah, no worries. So as I was saying, if Andy is 1 unit, Sammy is how many units? Yes, Adrian. Yes, Tanya and Tessa. Because Sammy had 3 times as much money, right? So Sammy must have 3 units. So this is after Andy spent $6.50. Before that, how much money does Andy have? He must have extra $6.50 more, right? $6.50. And back when he had the $6.50, he had $2 more than Sammy. This is what it means by working backwards. You start at the end, and then whatever the question says, you do the opposite. Since Andy spent $6.50, in the model, we give him $6.50. Yeah? So we're just doing the opposite of what the question says whenever we work backwards. So this is our model. The question asks, how much money did Andy have left? In order to solve this, we need to find 1 unit. So I'll give you a hint. What we want to find is these 2 units. Can anyone tell me? Yes, you should do the model. It makes things much easier to understand. Can anyone tell me how much these 2 units is worth? Or how to find it? if you haven't done the calculation yet. I'll give you another hint. Yes, very good, Nafa. Very good, Melody. Sorry, Shane Heng, I don't understand what you're asking when you say next term trail. Yeah, I don't quite understand that. Yeah. So I see here we can see that 2 units plus $2 gives us $6.50. So if you want to find 2 units, you just take $6.50 minus 2. The mini cost, I don't know when the mini cost specifically is next term. You'll probably get an email or we'll inform you when it starts. Yeah. So $6.50 minus 2. This is $4.50. If 2 units is $4.50, can anyone tell me how much is 1 unit? Yes, Karen, thank you. Yes, Kiesa, that is 2 units. Good job. Yes, thank you, Karen. Thank you, Nova. $4.50 divided by 2. If you do this division, you will get $2.25. The question asks, how much money did Andy have left? Have left, that means in the end. So in the end, Andy only had this 1 unit, right? That means in the end, Andy only had $2.25. Yeah. So this is our part A answer. Yeah. So part B, what was the total amount the 2 boys had at first? So that means that includes our blue part. So at first, Sammy always had 3 units, right? He had 3 units, he has 3 units. He didn't spend any money. He still has his 3 units. So Sammy is just $2.25, which is 1 unit, times 3. Can anyone tell me what this is? Yes, thank you, Manata. Yeah, thank you, Hardik. This is $6.75. Next, you want to find how much Andy had at first. There are 2 ways of doing this. We know that Andy had 1 unit after spending $6.50. So if we want to find how much money Andy had at first, we can just take 1 unit plus $6.50. This gives us $8.75. $8.75. Alternatively, we know that Andy just had $2 more than Sammy, right? So I'll do this in a different color because this is, but we're still finding Andy. This is just a different method. We can also do how much Sammy has, $6.75 plus $2. Either way, you get the same answer, $8.75. So if you want to find the total amount, you should add together $6.75 plus $8.75. If you add this all up together, you get $12, sorry, not 12, $15.50. Actually, let me write the special answer for this. So the answer, the total amount the 2 boys had is $15.50. So this is the answer for question 2. Yeah. All right, and with that, that's the paper over. So please bear with me so that I can go through a few more things. Why add $2? Still same answer. It's not same answer, Karen, because the first one was $6.75. After I added $2, it became $8.75. So it's not the same, huh? $6 became $8. That's what happened after I added $2. Yeah. Anyway, this is the final answer for question 2. I'll give you all a bit of time to copy this down, and then I will move on to my last bit of the stuff I need to say. Yeah. Thank you, Tanya and Tessa. Then I write $8.75. Yes. Oh, these 2 things. The purple thing is a different method from the red thing, right? We're both finding how much Andy got for both of these parts, but I'm just doing it by different methods. I'm not doing this one $8.75 plus 2. I'm doing $6.75 plus 2. Why? Because Andy at first had $2 more than Sammy. We know that Sammy has $6.75. So to find Andy, I did $6.75 plus 2. Yes, Umaira, yeah, that's fine. Yes. So either way, we get $8.75. And then we move on to the last part of the question. Right? Yes, it is finished. All right, so this is the last question. I'm now going to clear, and then I'll move on to the last part of today so that we can finish up. Right? So lesson recap. 3 things, right? First, we had more than, less than. Then we had grouping. Then we had trending problem sums. Yeah, Malik, that's correct. So which one do you think did you all find most challenging? If you think it's 1, you can type 1. If you think 2, you can type 2. Think 3, you can type 3. If you think all of them, you can type all. If you think 9, you can type none. Yeah. I'm seeing a lot of 3s. That makes sense. It is the hardest. But also 1 and 2 is not that easy. I know some of you also think none of them are hard, which is great. That means you're strong in this. Yeah. Okay, very good. So for those that you are confident in, that's great. But for those that you are not confident in, you'll probably need a little bit more time to catch up. So we've got some things coming up, as you know, rather not we, but you. You finished your term 3 assessment, but you're going to have your year-end exam very soon. For P4 students, you also have to worry about subject-based banding, where if you do better, you'll go into a better class. Yeah. So you have to worry about that. So what can we do to help? Well, we have some programs for you. First, we have a boot camp, which is basically a 1 week, just 6 hours intensive session for all students from primary 3 to Sec 3. But of course, you all will be mostly Sec 3 and Sec 4, right? So if you click on this link here, which I'm going to paste in chat for everyone, you will get to this page here. First, you look at our September holiday program. If you scroll down further, you get August, you get June. That's over already, right? This is August over already. So look at your September holiday program. For primary 4, you click on primary 4. After this, you'll end up at this page. Then you can just scroll down. Here, there's some important details. This is what we'll be going through. For topics, we'll be going through whole numbers and fractions and decimals and measurement. For heuristics, we'll be going through drawing diagrams, guess and check, looking for patterns, working backwards, number times value, simultaneous equation, and excess and shortage. We'll also be going over things like how to reduce careless mistakes, exam skills, answering techniques, and we'll be going through your strengths and weaknesses as well. Here you can see our schedule and fees. We have 6 September and 7 September, which is Monday and Tuesday during your school holidays. That is online via Zoom. For live, you'll have to come down to our center, 9 September to 10 September, Thursday to Friday. Yeah. So these are our fees as well. The venue, as I said before, our address is at 1 Marine Parade Central at Parkway Center, 12th floor. So if you want to register, you can register here. Put in the parent's name, parent's email, mobile number, child's level, and the class selected. Would you like to go for class 6.1 or 6.2? Because there are 2 different options. Yeah. Either live or online. Okay, so that's for the boot camp. Other than that, we also have complementary trial lessons. This is to assess your levels of readiness. We find out what your strengths and weaknesses are. We craft a step-by-step action plan for what we can do for you moving forward if you want to continue with us. Yeah. We also teach you key mathematics concepts, key heuristics and concepts, which will help you improve as well. If you want to check your trial lesson, you can see it here at this address. When you click on this, you will end up at our main website, which will have these tabs here. Then you click on free trial and you end up in our trial lesson page. If you want to sign up, you can just register here, parent's name, email, mobile number, child's level, and your preferred day when you want to come down, your preferred time when you want to come down. And also whether you want on-site or online. Yeah. With that, it's time to announce the winners of the quiz. So I have a slide here with all the names, and the winners are 8 people. These 8 people. Congratulations, Melody. Congratulations, Kiesa, Menaja, Rafael, Ahmad, Yankai, Alessandria, and Veronica. Yeah. So these are all of our winners for today's quiz. Please contact us to receive your prize, okay? So on the next page, we have our contact details. Here's our contact details. You can see here, we have our email at mathacceleratorcenter@gmail.com. And our WhatsApp is 8725-7203. So again, please contact us to receive your prizes. Your prizes are $50 worth of prizes. So we have, I think, some coupons that we are giving away to you. Yeah. Of course, to get the prizes, you need to contact us. That means you'll need to either email us or you message us on WhatsApp. Yeah. So I'll leave the winners up here again. Other than that, thank you all so much for coming. This has been the last lesson of term 3. Our mini courses will come back in term 4. So feel free to, WhatsApp screen. Yeah. So here's the WhatsApp address. We'll be back in term 4. So feel free to go now. I will see you next term.